The moon has always been a silent witness to Earth's unfolding story. Its pale light washed across ancient oceans, watched as the earliest humans lifted their eyes in wonder, and remained suspended above the rise and fall of entire civilizations. For millennia, it was a symbol of mystery, untouched and unreachable. But now, for the first time in the history of our species, a nation is closing the gap between myth and reality. China is preparing not merely to visit the moon but to transform it into a place where humans can live, work, and dream. A place that will transition from inert rock to a living outpost of human civilization. This shift is not sudden. It is the culmination of decades of scientific planning, engineering innovation, and a relentless pursuit of technological mastery. China's ambitions have grown steadily, from the earliest Chang'e probes that mapped and surveyed the lunar surface, to robotic landers that returned pristine samples of ancient lunar soil. Each mission acted as a stepping stone, a carefully laid foundation upon which new dreams could stand. What once seemed like science fiction now appears as the natural next step in a journey that began the moment the first Chinese rocket pierced the sky. Yet the enormity of this endeavor transcends national boundaries or political lines. A city on the moon represents a shift in human identity itself, a declaration that Earth is not the limit of our reach. It signals that our species is ready to shape new worlds, to mold environments beyond our cradle, and to establish a permanent presence outside the planet where we were born. The vision extending from Beijing's scientific institutes is clear. The moon will be humanity's first extraterrestrial homeland. And as the age-old lunar surface prepares to feel the tremors of industry, construction, and life, humanity stands on the precipice of a new era, one in which the moon is no longer a distant light in the sky, but the newest chapter in our collective story. Before buildings can rise on the moon, China must first construct an invisible skeleton beneath the surface, a network of systems that will allow a city to breathe, thrive, and endure. The initial phase is dominated not by human hands, but by robotic pioneers. These machines will land in remote, sun-drenched regions near the lunar South Pole, a location chosen for its stable sunlight, milder temperatures, and proximity to vast deposits of ice locked within permanently shadowed craters. The robots will deploy solar farms along ridges that catch nearly continuous sunlight, setting up the power grids that will drive future habitation. Alongside them, miniature nuclear reactors will be embedded into the soil, ensuring that the city remains powered during the long, frigid lunar night. This early infrastructure will act like the roots of a tree, hidden, quiet, but essential. Once energy flows reliably, attention turns to extracting resources directly from the moon. The lunar regolith, though barren and hostile, contains oxygen bound in minerals like ilmenite. The ice hidden in nearby crater shadows provides not only drinking water, but hydrogen for rocket fuel and oxygen for life support. China's engineers envision a system of robotic drills, heated extraction chambers, and processing stations, all working in concert to convert the moon's raw materials into the necessities of human survival. The logistics of transporting everything from Earth would be impossible. Only by using what the moon provides can a true city emerge. When these materials are mastered, the first habitats take shape. They will not rise above the ground like earthly skyscrapers. Instead, they will be built into the soil, shielded by thick layers of regolith. Buried habitats offer protection from cosmic radiation, solar storms, and micrometeorites that streak across the moon without warning. Inflatable living modules will expand underground, forming pressurized tunnels and vault-like rooms where the first lunar residents will sleep, work, and explore. Nearby, sealed greenhouses will glow with artificial light, nurturing crops in hydroponic beds. These plants will recycle carbon dioxide, restore oxygen, and provide fresh food, turning sterile lunar soil into the foundation for a self-sustaining biosphere. Once these settlements become stable, China will begin sending crews not for short missions, but for residencies stretching months or even years. These astronauts, scientists, engineers, doctors, and technicians will become the first long-term inhabitants of another world. Their routines will unfold in a surreal landscape where day and night each last 2 weeks, where gravity is a gentle 1/6 of Earth's pull, and where the horizon curves sharply under a black sky, filled with stars unblinking and eternal. Daily life on the moon will demand a new rhythm. Each breath inhaled will be air manufactured within sealed systems. Each meal will originate from hydroponic rows of leafy greens grown beneath LED panels. Every experiment, every repair, every moment outside the habitat will require precision, training, and caution. Yet for all the challenges, there will be immeasurable beauty. Stepping onto the lunar surface, astronauts will experience a world with no wind, no sound, and no atmosphere. Only silence, light, and shadow. Earth will hang in the sky like a glowing marble, turning slowly, reminding them of home and of the fragility of the world they left behind. As the years pass, the outpost will grow from a cluster of modules into an interconnected network of labs, storage vaults, tunnels, landing pads, research domes, communications towers, and processing plants. Automated construction robots will build additional layers of shielding, new habitation wings, and even manufacturing facilities that can print tools, panels, and structural components from local materials. The moon will begin to resemble a frontier settlement, its growth driven by the needs of science, the pressures of exploration, and the grand vision of turning this silent world into a thriving hub of human activity. Over time, the city will evolve from an experiment into a milestone in human history. For the first time, a civilization on Earth will have expanded beyond Earth itself. It will be the proof of concept for future colonies on Mars, on the moons of Jupiter, and perhaps one day even farther. The moon will cease to be a symbol of distance. It will become the first stepping stone in humanity's journey into the cosmos. In the end, the story of China's lunar city is not merely a tale of national ambition or scientific achievement. It is a turning point for humanity as a whole. The moon, once the limit of our imagination, becomes the first world we learn to live on. The methods and technologies pioneered there, closed-loop ecosystems, in-situ resource utilization, radiation-shielded architecture, will form the blueprint for every extraterrestrial settlement that follows. The lessons learned in one lunar valley may one day shape the landscapes of Mars, Titan, and beyond. And as other nations join the effort, what begins as a Chinese endeavor may grow into a global undertaking. Scientists from across Earth may travel to the moon to collaborate, to conduct experiments impossible on Earth, to explore the ancient geology of a world untouched by erosion or life. The lunar city could evolve into an international sanctuary for discovery, innovation, and progress. It might become the new hub for astronomy, manufacturing, and deep space mission preparation. It might become a place where humanity learns to shed its divisions, because on the moon, under the black sky of space, the boundaries that separate nations fade into irrelevance. One day, children may grow up on the moon, learning in classrooms carved into regolith-covered chambers. Families may walk through pressurized tunnels lit by bioluminescent gardens. Astronomers may peer into space with unobstructed clarity, mapping galaxies with instruments shielded from the interference of Earth's atmosphere. And tourists may look out over the lunar surface from transparent domes, marveling at Earthrise as earlier generations once marveled at sunrise. When the first lights shine across the lunar surface, lights crafted by human hands, the moon will cease to be merely a satellite. It will become a new home, a second world, a testament to the power of imagination and the relentless drive to explore. China's lunar city will be remembered not just as a national achievement, but as the moment the human story expanded beyond Earth and into the infinite landscapes of space.